Okay, we're recording. It's the first time I remembered that ever. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about the new leader conference that 4 Team Inspire coaches were at this in January, or like in, what was it, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And Lindsay and Jamie were those coaches, and they're here to share with us like all their takeaways from these events. These events are like so helpful in growing your business. So if you do qualify, first of all, it should be a goal for you to qualify for NLC next year. The way to do that is to get to 2-star diamonds. All of you would qualify for it if you get to 2-star diamond this year. Anywhere from where you are now to minimum of 2-star diamond. If you get that this year, you will qualify for the NLC conference. Things that you'll need will just naturally happen. So that's something that you guys should definitely put on the radar. I can tell already just from the people that went that their business is already changing, and they've only been home for like a week or 2 weeks. And I know for myself, that was a huge change in my business when I went last year, January of 2015. So definitely put that on your list of goals for this year, for something to strive for. And these two are gonna, I guess, Lindsay, you'll go first, and then Jamie.
Jamie's gonna go first.
Oh, Jamie's
gonna go first, and then
Okay, so Jamie's gonna go first, and then we'll move on to Lindsay with sharing the stuff that they learned. So first of all, thank you guys so much for sharing with us, because it's nice of you, and I know there's so much. Everyone has so much going on, and we appreciate you guys taking the time to share with everybody. So, Jamie, you go first. I'm going to mute myself, I think, just so that if anybody sneaks in here, it won't interrupt you. And then I'll unmute myself when the next person goes. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So basically what I'm going to talk about is just going over a little bit about what Melissa talked about, how this should be a goal for anybody that wants to grow their business. Getting to this conference should definitely be a goal of yours. So if you are an emerald or you're a new diamond, getting to this conference should be your goal for next year, no question. As an overview, this conference was, like Melissa said, it was just amazing. The way that they treat you, basically, if you qualify to get to this conference, you're going to get a free hotel room for 2 nights, and it's really nice. It's not like a crappy hotel or anything like that. It's really nice. And they treat you well with meals. They feed you the whole time, really good food. You could tell that they really respect, and they want you to feel valued, and they value all the coaches that are there. And they want to help you grow your business, and that's why you're there. You get to take a tour of the Beachbody headquarters, which is really cool. You see where everything happens, and it just makes it all more real. And you get one-on-ones, well, not one-on-one time, but you get to meet all of the Beachbody trainers, in a much smaller scale than Summit, which is 20,000 people. This was 300 people. It was so different. It was we were at a party with Tony Horton and Autumn Calabrese and Carl, and they were there to socialize. So it was very cool. It was also cool to see some of the other Team Inspire people. I know some of you are very close in proximity, but some of us are all over the country. So it's really cool to actually see some of you guys in person, and to see some of the other people that are becoming, new and emerging leaders, to be able to talk in person and just talk about what's working for me, what's working for Lindsay, Courtney, Marissa, what our goals are, and just kind of hash things out. So Lindsay's going to talk more about the presentations, which were awesome. Also, you got a lot of swag. You get this backpack full of all this free stuff and t-shirts. It's really, really awesome. So Lindsay will talk more about the presentations, but I'm just here to tell you that you should make this a goal of yours. If you want to be a diamond, or if you are a diamond, make this a goal of yours to get to this conference next year. Thanks.
Should I mute myself before I'm talking? Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. Thank you for tuning in. And it's so true, something that she said, like when you guys get to one of these events, not as much Summit's awesome for like learning and growing your business. But when you get to an event that you have to qualify for, like leadership or NLC, they really, really, really spoil you, like a lot. Like everything from check-in till check-out is like taken care of for you. You have the opportunity to earn extra cash, like to get there, like travel cash. And the same thing goes for like the SC trip. They just like really take care of you and show how much they care about their coaches. So it's really like, I have to say I've never heard of like a more generous and like amazing company. Lindsay, one of corporate came, they were local around Super Saturday that weekend, and one of them came to have lunch with me in Brooklyn, and I invited Lindsay and she came too. And he wrote me literally an entire page thank you note. Like this is like a top corporate guy that deals with everyone from 6 to 15 star diamonds. That's who he deals with. And he sent me like a huge long note about like thanking me for him coming for lunch. And I mean, just the way that they take care of us and the things that they do, like the roses and sending premier coaches like a basket full of stuff. It's just like, you guys, we're really like lucky to be working for such an awesome company. Okay, Lindsay, take it away.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Premier shirt. Can you see it? It's kind of hard, but I got it yesterday in the mail. It was really cool. Yeah, when we were there, we like all had our hotel rooms, and we totally could have shared rooms, but it was really weird that there was the four of us, and we were like right next to each other, and we just were like had our own room. I mean, that was cool. I mean, that was expensive for them to do that for everybody. They could have paired us up. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to talk more about what we learned. So this is where the pen and pencil part, pen and paper, comes in, okay? So I'm going to go over kind of what each speaker was talking about and kind of what I took away from it. So the very beginning, they talked about, all right, I'm going to read you a quote that they put up there, okay? And it said, I believe in speed. Everything I do in terms of developing athletes is to achieve that. So I'm a fanatic about technique. I believe that the slightest adjustments to your technique can improve you without doing any additional work. So that was kind of something that, you know, when we read that, it really, like, when you think about your posts and stuff, just like the teeniest little tweak that you might do to fix it could totally completely change your business, and you're not even really doing anything extra to fix that. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're just missing the tiniest thing that you can add in, and it will change everything for you. And I feel like since I've gotten back, I've kind of taken that quote and like added a little bit more into what I do, a little bit more thought, and I've grown so much. This week, my volume is the highest it's ever been. So it's awesome. It's really exciting. And I really thought that quote was something important. It stood out in my mind, that the slightest thing can change everything. And then they really just went over what we talk about all the time, about being consistent, how important it is that if you're not consistent, your business is just not going to grow. It's not. So you have to be consistent every single day. This is your job, and you need to come to work every day. Use videos and personalize them. This is something I do, but when I saw it up there and I wrote it down as a note, I was like, I need to start doing more of these. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I did start making videos, which has helped me a lot over the past 2 weeks. Do weekly Zoom calls. Require activity to earn your time. If somebody is not doing what if they're not doing anything, then you shouldn't waste your time. Like, you need to make sure that people, if they're working, then you give them, your time. Otherwise, why are you wasting your time with them? recognition, which they're making huge. They're trying to work that in as the fourth vital behavior. And then, of course, the leadership ladder. So when Carl came on, his whole speech was about the leadership ladder, which we went over a lot of it last night. Do you want me to show that slide again for this? Or should we? Yeah? Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you a slide that they put up at the leadership, about the leadership ladder. I know some of you saw this last night, but we'll do it again. Hold on. Okay, can you see this? Melissa, do you see it? Yeah, okay. All right, so the leadership ladder, I think you guys all mostly know about it, but basically it's different benchmarks that you're supposed to hit in your business. So just for example, like to be a team leader, you have to be a diamond coach. At least a diamond coach, you have to hit SC5 or above. You have to have 4 personally sponsored coaches that get at least 1 Success Club point, and you need to have a total volume on your weak leg of 5,000. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Yes. Okay. So that's to be a team leader. Okay. Now, they're saying here with this slide that everyone wants to get to diamond. It's so important to be diamond. Of course it's important to be diamond. Like that is a huge step in your business. But they're saying that those coaches that are diamond but are not team leaders, okay, 1% of team leader diamonds drop rank. So if you're a diamond and you're in the rung on the leadership ladder for team leader, only 1% of them drop rank. But if you're a diamond and you're not in a team leader, so if you're below that, 35% of them will drop. So it really should be a goal of yours to not only get to diamond, like yes, we want diamond, but we also want to focus on the what do we call them? What did I call them last night? The benchmarks, the rungs,
the benchmarks. I get
benchmarks. We want to focus on each benchmark. So like if you look and you're a team builder and you're a diamond, what's making you not a team leader? Is it that your personally sponsored coaches aren't getting 1 Success Club point because you need 4 of those? So if they're not, then you need to work on that in your business. And by doing these little things and hitting these little goals for each rung on when you focus on the leadership ladder, that's going to help you grow your business. Okay, so then it says advancing in rank. 53% of team leader diamonds will advance in rank, and only 19% of non-team leader diamonds advance in rank. So it's so important to become diamond, and then 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and so on. But it's also so important to become a team leader and above, because you could be a diamond coach and make nothing. Okay, you can make no money as a diamond coach. $18 a week. That could be your pay. All right, just because you're a diamond doesn't mean that you necessarily are making full-time money, you know? But if you're a diamond and you're a team leader diamond, you're going to be making a lot more money, and your business will definitely be growing because of it. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. I thought this slide was really, really important. Coming back. Okay, I'm back. Moving on. All right, so I'm going to talk about Bonnie Engel. So she was a 2-star premier coach last year in 2015, which is what I am when I went, a 2-star premier coach, and that's what Melissa, is that where you were when you went?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this woman, Bonnie Engel, went to this new leader conference last year as a 2-star premier coach. And this year, she went as a 15-star top 5 elite coach. So in 1 year, she went from 2-star premier to 15-star top 5. Okay, so she knows what she's talking about. And she, just like Melissa, came back and took every single thing that they said and they applied it, and their business just completely boomed. So if you're not following her, you should follow her. Okay, Bonnie Engel. Her thing was keep things simple and consistent. Once again, always with the word consistent. And a big thing for her was Success Club. And I'm going to show you a slide that she created and put up really quick. Okay, so she created this, right? If you hit Success Club, you recruit new coaches, you help them hit Success Club, and then you repeat the next month. She said this is what she did. This is the secret to the business. This was her big secret that she had up there.
This is exactly what I did, just FYI. This is exactly the exact plan that I did for this whole year.
So this is what she did to get to 15 star. This is what Melissa did to get to where she is. And I'll tell you, she told me how much money she made last year today, and it's a lot. So take this slide if you want. I'll post this in Team Inspire and freaking stare at it all day. Okay? Because this is what you need to do. You need to hit Success Club, you need to recruit new coaches, and then you need to help them hit Success Club. Okay? And then do it again the next month. And so everything that you need, that you can think of to make it easier for them to hit Success Club, that's what you need to do. That's your job. Okay? So I'm going to stop and share. Okay. But yeah, her big thing, all of their big things was you hit Success Club, personally sponsored coaches hit Success Club, you're good. And every month, another one should be hitting it. So if you have 4 this month, then 5 should be next month, 6 should be the next month, 7 should be the next month, and just keep adding. And that's how your business is going to grow. She also said that, which I never really did this before, and I started doing it now. Every single day she posts about the business opportunity, and it doesn't, she said it's not necessarily have to be saying, hi, I'm Bonnie Engel, join my team and, start a business. But it was more show the highlights of coaching and then kind of bring it in, because of this, I can do this. This has changed my life because of this, and talk more about the business than necessarily the product. Because we all push the product. We all are saying, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, right? But really, the way to make money in this business is to give people this business opportunity and have them grow their business, because when their business grows, ours does. So she said that every single day, one of your posts should be about the business, sharing about the business. And her thing was make it a reality show, your life, what you do, make it real, She said that when you get a new coach, before you talk about anything, emerald, diamond, trainings, this and that, the first thing that you do is talk about Success Club. That you do not go anywhere else. You tell them, this is the first thing you need to focus on. You want to hit Success Club this month. That's how you get them started right. Recognition. And then she talked about Success Club pods, which also I had never done before. And that means when you get to you're getting to maybe past halfway through the month, and you're seeing people on your team that are maybe at Success Club 2, Success Club 4, and they're so close to hitting, create a thread with them and ask them, what can we do to push you? How can we get you these last 2 points? Have you been talking to anybody? Show me your posts. What can I do to help you hit Success Club? So that I definitely brought back with me, and I was doing that in January. And I'll do that from now on every month. Okay, so don't expect more from what your coaches than what you do. That also struck a chord with me because it's so true. How can I, if I have 4 kids And if I can take a nap, like it would be so nice. And I'm not going to lie, like I do take naps, but since I've been back, I don't take naps. I'm like freaking peeling my eyes back because I'm like, how can I take a nap and then expect my people to be working, doing this, you know, posting, commenting, doing all this stuff, and I'm going to go take a nap? Like, no, like if I want this to happen, I'm going to freaking keep my eyes open and drink another cup of coffee, and I'm going to get my work done, you know? So don't expect more from your coaches than what you do. Am I adding value, making things simple? You're talking with confidence. Even if you don't know what you're talking about, just nobody knows that. Just talk with confidence, like you know. Okay? It's so true. Like if someone asked you to, if someone asked me today about what is the 3-day refresh, they never did it, right? Just if you just read it, you really you've no idea what it is. You've never done it before. You're a new coach. You never did the 3-day refresh. If you read it and then go just tell them what you read and pretend like you know what you're talking about, they're gonna be like, all right, cool, let me do it, you know? But if you're like, oh, I don't know, let me find out, you know, it's going to be harder to make that step. If you want your business to grow, you need to grow. If you want things to change, you're the one that has to be the change. And so I've definitely been reading, definitely doing my personal development because I am a slacker with that. And I use my kids as a excuse, but I'm not doing that anymore. So moving on. Melanie. So Melanie Mitro, we all know, has been the top coach for 2 years in a row. And she really came on and spoke about time management and scheduling. I guess she's like really good at scheduling. And it's just some points that she made is we all have the same 24 hours. What will you choose to do with yours? So you should definitely establish business hours. I used to find this so difficult to establish business hours because I was all over the place to sit down at my computer. But now it's like, if you find that you get more, and you have to make a routine for yourself. Like I know every day when I'm going to be sitting down here, like even if your business hours are on your phone because you can't be sitting at the computer, but your kids, you know, are at dance or gymnastics from 4 to 6, like make your business hours from 4 to 6 while you're sitting there. I sit in the car and I'm, you know, on my phone doing business. Like that could be your business hours. So you definitely want to establish that so it doesn't really cut into your family time. So your family knows when you're going to be working. So with like my husband, I'm always like, I don't want to go take them to dance, you know, or whatever and sit there. And he's like, but just go and sit there and do your work because that way when you come home, it'll be done. I'm like, okay, you're totally right. I should just go do that. That should makes so much sense, you know, use the time wisely. So we all are very busy. Keep your focus. Don't waste time. So she was talking about that when she sits down at her computer, she turns off all, what's it called? Like dings. Notifications. She turns them off. Okay. And it's smart because I'll sit down at my computer and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to write this email right now, and I'm going to check in with these people. And then it's like, ding, ding, ding. Lindsay, how do you do this? Lindsay, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? And I'm like, starting answering all these things. And then I never write the email. And if I would just turn off my notifications when I do specific things, I would get things done so much more efficiently and so much faster. And it would like really actually happen. You know, when I'm checking in with my coaches, what I do, I find is like I start checking in and then they start answering me and then I just go back and then I miss all my check-ins because the whole day is, you know, going back to people that I had messaged. But if I just like turned off my notifications and I wrote and I messaged every single person on Mondays, because that's when I do it, it would just be so much better. So by her saying that, I was like, this is so smart. Why didn't I think of that? So that was something I definitely took away from that. Recognize your wasted time. When you sit down on the computer, have a plan. If you don't, and you find that you're just scrolling through Facebook and you're not doing anything, walk away, because it's wasting time. Walk away and go and do something else. Go fold your laundry or something, because don't sit here and just waste your time. Go fold your laundry and think of the post that you want to write, and then come back and get it done. So you need to recognize when you're wasting your time. Do PD. As she said, a lot of doing about PD. She does it like while she does laundry and while she's driving. And it's brilliant to do that. It really is. You know, like, I don't commute, but a lot of you do. And there's so much time in the car that you can put on, you know, a YouTube video. My husband has been starting to get into this, and he's listening to these personal developments from YouTube every day in the car, and he comes home and tells me all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's really smart that you're doing that. You know, you're using your time wisely. You have to drive anyway. That could be a business hour. You're getting it done, you know. Melanie says that she makes a master list each week, and that every day she takes 3 things from the master list and gets them done. So she focuses on 3 specific things each day. So when you're scheduling things out, it's a good way to, you know, make sure you hit 3 things every day. You know, like maybe your check-ins, your business opportunity post, and your Zoom call or planning or something like that. Could be like your 3 main things that you're going to knock off today and make sure that it's done, you know, and you don't go to bed until it's done. You mean it is what it is. Okay, moving on. So Michelle Myers, I really liked her the best. I thought that she was really fun to listen to. She's really funny, and I thought she had great advice. So follow her too. She's really cool. And one of the biggest things that I took away from hers was she said that you need to make sure that you're not to blame for your coaches not advancing. So in order to do that, she has this strategy where whatever you want them to learn how to do, you take notes of this, you guys, because this is important. She says, so let's say you want them to do a business opportunity call. This is actually what her example was, okay? But you could talk about a challenge group, a shake and share, anything that you want them to do on their own, a Zoom call, anything, okay? So she said the first thing she does is I do it, you watch me do it, and then we're going to talk about it privately, like just the two of us, right? Or even if you have a couple of coaches in the same position, I mean, you might as well do it all together, right? Then the next step, once they got that, is that we're going to do it together. And then when we're done, we're going to talk about it. And the next step is that you're going to do it, I'm going to watch you, and then we're going to talk about it. And then the last step is you're going to do it, and someone else is going to watch you. So just as example for a Zoom call, a lot of people are very uncomfortable doing Zoom calls. I know I was at first. I was really nervous to talk on these calls, and I mean, look where I am now. And Melissa always pushed me to make videos and to get comfortable talking like this. And so it's really not a big deal for me now, but at first it was. I didn't want to do it. So just for example, if you have a coach that you know should be doing Zoom calls with their downline, go on with them with their downline, and I'll do it. And then they can watch me do it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Then the next week we can do it together, and then we can talk about it. And the next week they can do it, I'll watch them, and then we'll talk about it. And the last week I'm done. They're off. They're on their own. They can do it themselves. And now you just created a leader. It's a big deal because that's what we need to create. We need to basically recreate ourselves. You know, once we are leaders, we need to recreate ourselves again. And the only way to do that is to help them get to that spot with everything where they can just do it on their own and they don't need you anymore. So it's really important. She spoke about how the products create revenue, but the people create passion, and passion is what makes the business grow. And she told this story, which she's so funny. I wish that I could find a YouTube of her telling the story, but she has this like Southern accent, and it's just, I mean, Jamie, it was funny, right? With when she was talking. So she was telling about, she just got home from some trip and she had to get like a rental car and drive somewhere because the plane wouldn't land near her house. And she went in, and the person, she was there with her kids, however many kids she had, and she was all like exhausted, and the woman behind the counter was like sitting like this, and the woman was like, oh, sorry, we don't have a car for you. Like, we don't have your car.
Or somewhere else. Leadership, regular leadership.
So then she's like, what do you mean you don't have my car? Like, yeah, she's like, I need my car. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You know? And the woman's like, sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't have anything to do. Like, sorry, you're out of luck. And then her husband like went out into the, where all the cars were and found the car that they had rented. And so she comes in, and Michelle comes back to that same woman, that clerk that's working there, and she's like, my husband just found the car. And the woman's like, okay, great. And then she's like, well, we need the car seats for my kids. We rented car seats. And the woman goes, I don't have car seats. And then so Michelle goes, well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Like, I need car seats for my car. Like, these are my babies. Like, go across the street to Target and buy some car seats. Like, do something. And the woman's like, sorry, I don't have car seats. And, then it just kept going. And then the manager came in, and somehow he magically found car seats and whatnot. And they eventually got their car and they went. But they weren't happy, obviously, with the customer service. And her whole point of the story was basically, if you don't show passion for what you're doing and help these people that are like coming to you, they're just going to go somewhere else. There's 400,000 Beachbody coaches. Why should they pick you? So if they come to you and you're not on every time, and you're not like having your passion like coming out like from your pores every time, they're going to go to someone else that does. Okay, so I thought that story was a really good one. And hold on, let's see what else I wrote. Okay, so I had one last story, which Melissa knows this one too because I told her it. But so Jeff Hill, who is the vice president, you guys have all seen him. He came on and he did the closing ceremony, like the closing speech. And he said, he put up this picture, and I think they were in Italy. Were they in Italy?
Just so you know, they're for all.
Right, Jamie? Right? Okay.
Yes. They were in Italy. They were in Tuscany. But for all of you that are going to NLC, you're going to hear these same stories. Like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Because you could only go to NLC one time. Once you qualify, you go 1 year, and then you move on, and you can't go back. And they literally told the exact same stories that she's telling now. So you're going to hear them too, just so you know.
Okay. So, all right. So they were in Italy because every year they take the top 10 to these like most amazing places ever in life, right? And so it was like the last day, and they were planning all to go on this bike tour, and they were all so psyched about it, right? And they all woke up in the morning, and it was kind of like drizzling out and not nice weather. And so Jeff came down and was like, so you guys ready to go? And everyone was kind of like, I don't know, maybe we'll just take the van into town. Like, let's just put the bikes on the back and forget the bike tour. And he was like, really? Come on, I want to do it. And they were like, eh. And he's like, well, where's Carl? They're like, oh, he's probably in his room. He's not going out, And so Jeff was like, all right, I guess we'll take the van, And he goes outside, to like start getting things ready. And he sees Carl Deichler, the president, the $1 billion man, with his helmet and his bike, and he's ready to go on this bike tour, and he's gonna bike into town. And Jeff was like, "You're going?" Like, no one else is going. Everybody else said no, they're not gonna go. And Carl's like, "Well, I'm going. Like, this is the chance of a lifetime. I'm going. I'm riding this bike through the hills of Tuscany right now. I don't care what the weather is." And Carl was like, "Come on, let's go." And Jeff's like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the van. I'm just gonna go in the van. And so there's this picture of Carl coming down this big hill on this bike tour, and he went by himself. And Jeff stood up there, and he was just like, I will always regret, for my whole life, I will regret not going on that bike tour, because those couple of people talked me out of it, because their negative feedback of a little bit of drizzle, they made it so they talked me out of, you know, something I really wanted, the passion that I really had to do something and was so excited about, and I didn't go, and I'll forever regret it. And of course that, you know, brings us back to Beachbody with people's negative comments, or when it gets a little bit hard and we want to give up and we want to just get in the van, and don't get on the bike and go. And so that is what I took home from the New Leadership Conference. The end.
Allie, that was very, very good. I'm glad we recorded it, because I feel like everyone can take a lot out of that. And it's funny because, like, the stuff that you took, those stories and stuff, you're going to remember always. Those are going to be like stuff that you take with you and share, like, with your team along the way. And always, like, how, like, the shampoo consistency thing for me is something that I learned there that, like, stuck with me. And it's like a lesson that you just keep teaching yourself and teaching your team over and over again. You're going to have that with your stories. But all of you guys, let's see.
I always,
what?
I just want to say, like, coming up for my son's birthday is on Saturday. And when I found out that I was pregnant with him, you guys, most of you know that I was, like, in it to win it with Beachbody. And then it was like, everything just came, like, tumbling down on me. I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make these dreams that I came up with in these past couple months, like, come true if I'm pregnant again? And I didn't give up. I could have gotten in the freaking van and given up, because it would have been easier for me to do that. And I didn't. And I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I went. And now I'm in the place that I wanted to be. So just don't give up when it gets hard. Ever. Okay, I'm done.
It definitely gets hard. Everybody has hard months. So even when you're seeing, like, my posts or Lindsay's posts or Jamie's posts or Courtney's posts that are, like, you know, having a bunch of people in Success Club under us, or a lot of Success Club points, or whatever it is that you see that's out there, believe me when I tell you, we've all had hard months too. And we're all on weekly calls together, and we share those months where it's tough and some months are easy. But the reason that we are where we are, and the reason that we do, you know, have big successful teams and do make a lot of money and do get to go on these trips and get spoiled by the company, is because when those hard months come, we don't quit, and we don't even think about quitting. Like, quitting is not an option. So that's the mindset you have to be in. And I've said it a million times, and I'll keep saying it a million times, that all we could give you guys are the tools that we use to succeed. And we know that you'll succeed if you use them. But if you have all the tools in front of you and you're not using them every day, you're not going to be able to build your company and build your business and have what we have. So it is hard work. It's not hard. It's just consistent work, but it's not hard, because what we give you makes it really easy. And it's hard sometimes to get out of your own head, and it's hard sometimes to listen to the people that are saying that whatever they're trying to say to pull you down, but you have to get past that to get where you want to be. And trust me when I tell you, all those people saying what they're going to say, when you get up to where you want to be, all that stuff stops, and those people want to join you. So just keep going. It's just part of the process. All the hard months, all of the negative stuff, it all is part of the process to get you to where you have to be a leader, to create leaders, to be a better, stronger person, and to attract
You're
more.
cutting out.
Can you hear me? All right. Anyway, that's it. That's the whole story. My connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
That's
Connection is unstable. Okay. Anyway, that's the whole moral of the story. Those are all really, really good tips and information. So I hope you guys wrote them down. I'll post this on YouTube and I'll share it in Team Inspire for everybody, the link. So you guys could share with your downline. And I could see most of you guys. So whose goal, one of their goals for this year is to make it to the NLC conference? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of you not so much. Some of you don't really want to go. Okay, good.
Everyone, even if you just signed up as a coach, like today, and you're on this call, because I have a couple people that, well, they didn't sign up today, but they like just started. This should be a goal. There is no reason in the world why every single one of you couldn't go. No reason. I mean, let's look at Bonnie Engel. She went from 2-star to 15-star in a year, you guys. It's all possible. And the only way it's going to happen is if you truly, truly believe it. Okay, I'm done again.
Very true. Okay, I'm done too. Does anybody have questions or anything that they want to ask us before we end the call? If you do, just raise your hand. I'll unmute you. No hands up, right? Okay.
Oh, let me just talk. I said that I would briefly talk about the shake and share on a thread. So I'm just going to talk like speed fast with this. Yeah. Shake and share. Make an events page, okay? Start inviting people onto the events page. While your event is like starting to come up, post things in it about Shakeology. Post, recipes. Post what Shakeology has, the ingredients, how they can help you, okay? Then, for your shake and share, have treats all ready to go when you're there, okay? So when they walk in, they're trying all these different yummy treats. Oh, they're made out of Shakeology. They're so good. Okay, then what I do is I tell my story, my personal story. So you're going to tell your story. If you want to have somebody else there, if you're doing it, you can both tell your story. Then I have a Team Inspire slideshow. So if you need it, just message me and I can send that over to you and you can play the slideshow. I usually play it on Apple. I'll bring my Apple TV if they don't have it, but you can also just play it on your computer. Play the slideshow, and then while the slideshow is going, go and make a couple different samples of shakes, obviously the best flavors, most common best flavors that everybody loves, and then give little samples. So you really just need like one scoop of each flavor of shake. You don't have to go buy like all these bags, and make little cups of shakes so they can try it. And then as they're trying the shakes, talk to them about programs and signing up. Get them signed up on the spot. Have your computer, iPad, whatever, ready to go. And talk to them about signing up as a discount coach. And be like, let's just sign you up right now. So that way I can just do it for you and it's done. So your shakes will always be discounted now. Done. That's how you do shake and share. Okay. Glad that was recorded.
Is there a way for you to put the slideshow like somewhere? Maybe on YouTube?
Yeah, I can put it, well, it's on my Flipagram, so I just have like a link to my Flipagram. I can make it again, like I made the one for...
It's on your Flipagram, you can just post the link in files.
Yeah, I can just post the link in Inspire, and then it's not...
Put it in files and label it like,
Okay.
Like, Team Inspire, Shake and Share.
Yeah.
Thing.
Slideshow,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Okay.
You guys will all have access to it in the files when you need it, when you want to do shake and shares.
Yeah. Wait, Kim wants something.
Kim, you have a question? Hold on. Where are you? Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, go.
So I just want to tell you guys that my group has their shake and share on Saturday. I got the Flipagram from Lindsay. And what I made sure to do, because I have people that I obviously don't know personally coming, and I know, I would feel a little awkward. I always told them to invite a friend, and now they're bringing their friends. I made it kid friendly. My husband will watch all the kids downstairs, while all the moms come upstairs and do the Shakeology.
Yes, always invite a friend
too. Yeah, so that was like a big moment for us, because we went from having a very slim showing to all of a sudden I opened it up to bring your kids, and there'll be someone to help out.
Right.
Everybody started coming in.
And even, you guys, even if 2 people show up and you get 2 people to sign up as a discount coach, you win. It was worth it.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
Okay. So like, even if you're like, oh my God, what if I can't get all these people to come? You don't need a lot of people. Like, I mean, of course, the more the merrier, but if you can get 2 people signed up for this event, it's worth it.
This is true.
Everyone should do it.
Do it.
And guys, I was nervous to do it, but you know what? Rolla and I and Shannon are rolling with it, and it just seems to be picking up
That's
steam.
exactly-
We are planning like this because there's a lot of pressure on us.
Being scared or nervous or whatever is what should be happening when you're doing something new that's growing your business. We've all been scared of whatever steps we're taking, business opportunity calls, inviting people out for the first time, whatever step you are in your business, it's scary, but it becomes second nature. And the way that you become the person that people go to start a business or to join a challenge group is by putting it out there and doing these things. That's what separates you from everyone that's scared that doesn't do it. You have to be scared and do it. That's the difference.
Yes.
All right. So I guess we're done, right? Nobody else? Hands raised? Anybody? 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 No? No? Somebody? No? Doing your hair? Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks for calling. I'm going to put this on YouTube and put it in Team Inspire, and then you guys could share it with your downline, and it'll be there. Or just tag them. All righty? Okay.
Great.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.